house by house, street by street. We have to push them.
A new front in the war on terror.
It's a tragic situation down there. We think they are beginning to get that situation under control.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson promising more help at a conference in the Philippines where Asian nations are watching Kim Jong-un's response to $1 billion in sanctions on North Korea.
Remains to be seen, though, whether at the end of the day Kim Jong-un will change his behavior. That is the acid test.
The U.S. insists the missile tests must end.
There's nothing like the threat of a ballistic missile landing on your homeland to clarify your thinking.
But North Korea's leader is defiant, vowing to never give up his nuclear program. Today, Secretary of State Tillerson is in Thailand. It's the highest level U.S. visit to that country since a military coup there 3 years ago. In Washington, keeping you connected with NBC 26, I'm Tracy Potts.
And the Trump administration is extending funding to house homeless veterans in King and Union Grove, Wisconsin. Those homes will receive money for another year to give them time to consider overhauling its programs to qualify for more permanent funding. Back in June, state officials were told funding to those facilities would end in September. Governor Scott Walker has another challenger. Representative Dana Wachs of Eau Claire announced yesterday he's entering the race. Wachs was elected to the Assembly in 2012 and currently sits on the University Chamber's Judiciary and Transportation Committees. 3 other Democrats, Milwaukee businessman Andy Gronick, political newcomer Bob Harlow, and business owner Michelle Doolin have already announced their candidacies. NBC 26 is your official Packers station. This morning kicks off a sale like no other that every Packers fan will want to check out. Our Emily Byer joins us live in Green Bay with more. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning, Regina. Hello, everyone. If you're running low on green and gold or you're just looking to make out for some good Packers memorabilia, this is where you're going to want to be today. The Packers Hall of Fame Incorporation is holding a tent sale. It'll take place here at Stadium View Bar and Grill located on Holmgren Way. The sale will include a variety of items the Hall of Fame has used with its events, including their banquets and golf classic. Some of the items for sale include golf hats, golf shirts, event posters, as well as art drawings of Hall of Fame inductees. A few special full-size autographed helmets will also be available. Cash and credit card will be accepted for payment. This is a rare opportunity for fans on the hunt for something special.
This is really a one-time only. I wouldn't suspect that we'd be looking to do anything like this in the years to come. Maybe way down the road when we get into a position as we were today. But no, this is a one-up.
The Hall of Fame Incorporation is a nonprofit separate from the Green Bay Packers. They'll use the funds raised to continue to preserve the history of the Green Bay Packers as well as offer educational resources to the Green Bay community. Now you have today and tomorrow to come on down and check it out. It opens at 9 o'clock this morning, goes until 6 o'clock tonight. It reopens at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, goes until 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Reporting live in Green Bay, Emily Byer, NBC 26.
Thank you, Emily. Well, more news now on your official Packer station. Some say it might have just been practice, but don't let anyone in Green Bay hear that after last weekend's family night. The team has announced more than 63,000 people went through the gates at Lambeau to catch a glimpse of Packers practice. If you missed any of the action, you can catch up on all the highlights on our website. Coming up on NBC 26 today, it's only 6 months away, the Winter Olympics in South Korea. Hear from your favorite Olympic athletes on what it takes to bring home the gold.
It's too early to say the word winter. Warm day on tap today, maybe a stray shower to the north later this afternoon, but out to the west, you see that low pressure? That's going to move our way. I'll let you know when we could see that rain, time it out for you. Your full Storm Shield forecast coming up. Stay with us.
You're connected to NBC 26 Today with Brooke Hayes, meteorologist Michael Fish, remote weather with meteorologist Matt Hoffman, and Emily Byer. NBC 26 Today, keeping you connected.
General Motors is recalling nearly 700,000 vehicles for a steering issue. 2014 Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierra trucks are potentially affected. The problem is in the software that controls electric power steering assistance. It has a glitch that can cause vehicles to spontaneously lose power steering for about 1 second. No word on whether there has been any incidents.
So people might be wondering, wait, so it's 1 year, 2014, with 700,000 vehicles. That's how many of those that they sell.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I know. And I think like Wisconsin is one of the ground zeros for the
Right.
good old pickup trucks to get us through winter, get the jobs done.
A loud pickup truck is what you need right here. And so
I-
if you have
I
a
guess.
Chevy Silverado.
Or the GMC Sierra
Oh, yeah, I always forget
2014. That's what we're here for. So recall going on for loss of steering for 1 second. That wouldn't be very fun. 57 currently in Green Bay. You know, it's pretty nice out right now with a dew point of 56. When you step outside, go to your car, maybe crack the window on the way to work and don't use the air conditioning. It's nice out. Now, with all of the sunshine, this is 12:30. It's going to get pretty warm today, but still the humidity not that bad. Well, watch what happens. Here we are again. Same spots as yesterday, maybe a stray shower popping up, but it looks like less intense and less coverage than yesterday. If you see it at all and then the sun goes down, they disappear. Most of us going to have just a fine day. Where yesterday made it to 77 in Green Bay, that's not too bad. And you look around us, you got Fargo, Minneapolis, Des Moines, 82. So similar temperatures for us today, 80s. A little bit warmer than yesterday, but again, it's a really comfortable start. 59 in Oshkosh, Fond du Lac, your 54, Sister Bay, 61 degrees. We can handle that with dew points that we can handle as well. Lots of 50-degree dew points around us. You know, with the little bit of soil moisture, we might evaporate just a little bit into the atmosphere, kicking up the dew point a bit, but still, I think it's going to be pretty comfortable today with high pressure pretty much in charge. I'm saying pretty much because, again, there's that little weak wave, little disturbance right about here for that slight chance of an afternoon shower. What I am watching for later this week in a couple days, that low pressure out to the west, that cool front going to affect the Northwoods as we head through tomorrow. But here's a look at Skycast today. Watch this, right about here, there are those few clouds and a couple little dots of green. So a slight chance of a pop-up shower mainly to the north. Tonight, we're going to have a quiet night. Then we talked about that cool front going to kind of sag its way to the south just a little bit. And as it does so, the farther you live to the north, the better your chance of seeing an afternoon shower or thunderstorm. Wouldn't be an all-day event. And then slowly that front trying to lift its way to the north. And then as we go through Thursday, this next system going to be rolling on through, giving all of us just a better chance, and I'm saying chance of rain, and that doesn't look to be a wash either as we go through Thursday. But today, most of us just fine, a little bit warmer, 83, mostly sunny, maybe a stray afternoon shower to the north. Most of us should be just fine. As far as tonight's concerned, 58 degrees. We're going to clear out the skies. If there is a stray shower to the north, that's going to end early in the evening. And then as far as tomorrow is concerned, 81, slight chance of an afternoon storm, and that mainly to the north, closer to that cool front. Again, the humidity not going to be that bad. Now, here we are for the Packer game Thursday. There is a chance of a shower or thunderstorm, just a chance. And it may linger into Friday as well. Temperatures in the 70s, weekend not a wash. And Regina, if we do see anything on Thursday, that too, not going to be a wash, not like a steady rain, and nothing like we saw last Thursday and Friday, which was like cold, fall, yuck. Nothing like that.
Right. I had to buy a whole new coat and.
Are you serious for last week's thing?
Right. Yeah, and I don't know.
Nothing like that
I saw
this
a lot
week.
of people getting those. What do you call those? Rain boots too. But I don't know.
Okay, it's the fall sneaking up on us.
All right, Fish, thanks so much. Coming up, it's sneaking up on us. We're just 6 months away from the Winter Olympics in South Korea. How your favorite Olympic stars are preparing. And a boy's life honored 25 years later, the story of the La Violette Scholarship. It's 6:19 on your Tuesday morning. Well, it was a great day for the kids who are going through tough times to have some fun and hit the links. CASA, along with special guest Packers Hall of Famer Johnny Gray, hosted the event at the Brown County Golf Course yesterday. CASA is a nonprofit group that provides a voice for abused and neglected children under the legal protection of the courts.
We know that a child with a CASA volunteer who is a consistent adult presence in their life is more likely to get help with other services, spend less time in foster care and be moved from home to home, find a safe, permanent home, and do better in school.
And at yesterday's outing, CASA expects to raise nearly $50,000, which will go back to help the children they support. Well, meteorologist Michael Fish is out on the weather deck this morning. Fish, how's it looking?
Well, Regina, it's actually, we don't have a cloud in the sky, right? Oh yeah, there's one tiny little wispy cloud behind me. It's gorgeous out. It's really comfortable. And if you live by Austin Straubel Airport, a jet just took off, so it smells like jet fuel out here. That's why you put me on the weather deck. Here's a look at the whole state. We are quiet right now. And as far as your current weather conditions around the state as well, we've got 57 in Green Bay, same with Wausau. Lots of sunshine, but as we head through the afternoon, those same spots as yesterday, off to the north, you might see a stray shower pop up as the late afternoon goes on. But you see, most of the state here going to be quiet, Regina. So that's why you send me outside, to let you know that also it smells like jet fuel out here.
I love the smell of jet fuel.
So do I, which is kind of strange for us, but whatever.
Whatever.
It's fine.
All right. Thanks, Fish. Well, today marks the 6-month countdown to the Winter Olympics in South Korea for Olympic veterans like Lindsey Vonn and Shaun White. They know what it takes to be an Olympian and represent the red, white, and blue.
To be an Olympian, you have to be a determined and hardworking person.
The first thing is just to know yourself. What do you really want to do?
The only person that's going to make it happen is you.
The biggest thing for any dream is just to stay focused.
There's a lot of work done in the dark.
Those people make the Olympics. Those people represent our country, and those people win medals.
In total, 13 venues split between Pyeongchang and a neighboring city will be used during the 17 days of the Olympics. 4 sports will make its debut next year: snowboarding, big air, curling mixed doubles, mass start speed skating, and the alpine skiing team event. The games gets going on February 8th, 2018, and you can watch it all on NBC 26. A Boy's Life honor 25 years later, the story of the La Violette Scholarship and how it's helping others. Plus, kids and pets go together like peas and carrots, but a new study says they may mix like oil and water. Why pets may not be the linchpin for your child's well-being. You're watching NBC 26 today at 6:24.
And now, NBC 26 Sports with Sports Director Charlie Sakaitis.
Good morning, sports fans. Packers' 4th-round pick Vince Beagle was a fan favorite here in Wisconsin. Long before he was drafted by the Green and Gold, Beagle was a standout for the Badgers, and his whole family is rooted right here in the state. It's the definition of a Wisconsin kid makes good story, and it's a selection that in some ways even eased the outrage of a few fans for the team's decision to pass on Beagle's teammate T.J. Watt in the 1st round. Unfortunately, Beagle hasn't been practicing, still recovering from foot surgery. He could be back on the field fairly soon, though he's not putting any date out there. It certainly seems that soon isn't soon enough for the hard hitter, but he is making good use of his time.
Yeah, I'm definitely not necessarily a patient person at heart, but this process has taught me a lot, not just on the football field, but in my personal life. I've grown a lot from this experience. So. Been able to attack other things in my game, though. I've been able to learn from guys like Clay, been able to definitely keep my nose in the playbook, understanding, watch a lot of film. So when I step on the field, there's no hiccups. I can understand my responsibility and just go fly around out there.
That, ladies and gentlemen, is the sports keeping you connected. I'm Charlie Sakaitis for NBC 26.
All right, Charlie. Outside right now, we are completely quiet across the state. That's a look at our radar. A little bit of ground clutter there showed up. Nothing going on in Fond du Lac nor Green Lake counties. Now, as we go through the day today, there's another weak little disturbance, a little boundary right about here. So watch the morning, we're just fine. But then as we go into the afternoon, this little spot might see a pop-up shower again. Not as widespread as yesterday and not as strong as some of those yesterday, with plenty of thunder and lightning and some good downpours. But again, that chance going to exist to the north again. But it's a very slim threat, very isolated if you see it at all. Currently 48 in Antigo, 57 Appleton and Green Bay. These are temperatures where if you're going to work this morning, crack your window. It's like free air conditioning. It's really comfortable out. So as we go through your day today, plenty of sunshine, just a couple afternoon clouds, maybe that stray late afternoon shower if you're off to the north, otherwise 83. So Regina, as far as today is concerned for August, that is not that bad of a day when we keep that humidity nice and low. Plenty of sun for a lot of us, and anyone who sees terrain up to the north, not a wash, very isolated.
I like that idea, though. Maybe cracking your window a little bit,
yeah,
get the breeze
some fresh
in.
air. It's really nice out right now.
I like more of the put all 4 windows down and just like
How do you
dog.
keep your hair so nice then?
Hairspray, lots of hairspray. Right. Well, coming up, it's a one-time with the green and gold gear you can't find anywhere else. We'll go live to the Packers Hall of Fame tent sale.
We appreciate you being with us this morning on a very comfortable morning. Temperature right now 57 in Green Bay, and these dew points again Going to be pretty nice as we head throughout the day, not too humid for you. Now, as we go through the day, first of all, we're going to start off with just a ton of sunshine. But if you live to the north, once again, it is possible we might see a stray shower pop up as the late afternoon goes on, but it's a very slight chance and it would be very isolated. As the sun goes down, those pretty much disappear. Temperatures, again, if you feel like cracking your window this morning on the way to work, do it. It's nice out. 60 degrees Manitowoc, 54 Oconto, just a little bit cooler. Antigo, 48 degrees. Give it time, though. The sun's going to warm us up today without that much humidity. 83, that isolated afternoon shower to the north. Regina, we'll talk about the rest of our chances of rain as we go through this week. Coming up.
Thanks, Fish. New information now. Good morning. I'm Regina on. Brookhaven has a day off about a shooting in the Fox Valley. According to police, 2 cars exchanged gunfire in a Neenah parking lot early Sunday evening just before 6. This morning, police still looking for those involved. NBC 26's Max Grossfield joins us now with this update.
Neenah Police Chief Kevin Wilkinson says while it's not unusual to see weapons brandished in the relatively few violent crimes that happen in Neenah, it's extremely rare to see a gun actually fired.
Living in Neenah her whole life.
Good schools, nice city to raise your kids in.
Jody Gostis was shocked when she heard about the shooting and waited until today to fill a prescription at Shopko.
It's worrisome. I thought, oh, I should go pick it up, and then I heard what happened. I was like, it can wait. I didn't want to drag myself or my kids into any danger.
Police say some of the more concerning details in this incident are that it happened while the sun was still up, just outside one of the most busy roundabouts in Neenah.
It's very disturbing. This isn't something that happened in a back alley in a bad part of town or, late at night, anything like that. This is right in the heart of town, right in the middle of a busy time of day where anybody could have been, exposed to that.
Chief Wilkinson says while he doesn't believe the public is in immediate danger, he says as long as people who committed those crimes and others like them live in the community, a threat exists.
Wilkinson says his department will continue to investigate. Max Grossfeld, NBC 26.
And Neenah Police ask anyone with information to contact them. You can also call or text Crime Stoppers. All of the information is listed on our website. A Green Bay man behind bars this morning accused of using a woman to solicit sex and feed his drug addiction. Police say undercover investigators arrested the 24-year-old suspect last Thursday. He's charged with human trafficking, possession of drug paraphernalia, and a probation warrant. The Red Cross is helping over a dozen people after a fire ripped through an apartment building. The Ripon Fire Chief tells us 14 people were forced out of their homes at the Valley Crest Apartments yesterday afternoon. He says one person was taken to the hospital. The fire started on a second-floor balcony and spread up to the roof, causing substantial damage. The fire is not considered suspicious. Now, an NBC 26 update. The preliminary report is out for a seaplane crash that killed 2 people in Oshkosh. According to the National Transportation Safety Board, rough water conditions may have contributed to the crash. Their report ruled out engine problems or airframe conditions. The report states after takeoff, the nose of the plane went into the water 2 to 3 times before finally sinking. 3 U.S. Marines killed in an aircraft crash over the weekend in Australia have been identified. They're First Lieutenant Benjamin Cross, Corporal Nathaniel Ordway, and Private First Class Ruben Velasco. Cross was 26 years old, Ordway was 21, and Velasco was 19. The remains have not been found. The U.S. military Osprey crashed off the coast of Queensland on Saturday. 23 other personnel were rescued. Now to an update on Washington Middle School in Green Bay. In June, a highly respected teacher resigned during her emotional testimony in front of the school board, telling members students left her fearing for her safety after both verbal and physical abuse. Last night, the board was presented with a set of consequences for particular behaviors from students. They hope they can stop violent and abusive behaviors at schools like Washington. NBC 26's Eric Kress was at last night's meeting. He joins us now with new details.
The Green Bay Area Public School District was just presented with a behavioral response chart. It's a detailed list of what actions from students would warrant a particular consequence.
Each school has their own
sort of flavor of how they do discipline, but it still has to tie back to that document. So there has to be consistency with how we approach certain behaviors in schools.
Turns out, schools across Green Bay have been doling out different consequences for similar inappropriate actions. The new behavioral response chart could help fix that.
So I think this document is really going to be helpful in that, so that we as a district can really be clear on what our expectations are.
If everyone is responding the same to certain behaviors, then everybody knows what to expect. The students know what to expect and the staff knows what to expect.
And just because most inappropriate behaviors now have a detailed consequence in writing, well, those consequences still have to be enforced.
The idea of all of this is to help all of our students understand how to behave in group settings and with each other.
Really, it's the implementation of what is on that paper and what the intent is. And I think that's where that work with our district staff and our administrators and our staff, that's where it's going to come in, having those conversations around that and saying that, yes, we want to hold students accountable. We want to make sure that our schools are safe.
Keeping you connected in Green Bay, I'm Eric Crest with NBC 26.
The Green Bay Area Public School District plans on posting their behavioral response chart on their website, including all of the consequences for particular actions, as soon as later today.
It is a really comfortable morning out there, and a quiet morning as well, but watch Skycast as we go through the day. Again, if you live a little bit farther to the north, there's a little bit of a boundary there that could touch off a stray shower as we go through the late afternoon or early evening hours, but you lose the sun, those disappear, and the chance of that happening, once again, very slim. It would be very isolated if you'd see anything. Current temperatures, though, got 57 Green Bay, Appleton, 59 Kewanee, Sister Bay, you're at 61. Again, a very comfortable start, but with all the sunshine, look at our temperature today, 83. Luckily, not a lot of humidity. But Regina, I'll be talking about when a lot more of us could see the chance of thunderstorms coming up in a bit.
Thanks, Fish. Well, we're watching military developments this morning in two hot spots halfway around the world, Afghanistan and the Philippines, where ISIS has taken territory. Tracy Paz is in Washington with how the Trump administration is responding.
Regina, good morning. The concern in the Philippines is whether ISIS is using this to open the door to taking over more areas in Asia. And the buildup in Afghanistan, well, that comes as President Trump tries to figure out what to do to get the U.S. out of that war. Defense officials say dozens of Marines are headed to Afghanistan, and they're asking for more air support as President Trump and his national security team work out a long-term plan.
To just say we're going to keep doing what we've been doing, the president is not willing to accept that.
The U.S. is also providing training, surveillance equipment, and officials say considering airstrikes in the Philippines, where ISIS has taken control of the city of Marawi.
Really, it's street by street and house by house.
House by house, street by street, we have to push them.
A new front in the war on terror.
It's a tragic situation down there. We think they are beginning to get that situation under control.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson promising more help at a conference in the Philippines where Asian nations are watching Kim Jong-un's response to $1 billion in sanctions on North Korea.
Remains to be seen, though, whether at the end of the day, Kim Jong-un will change his behavior. That is the acid test.
The U.S. insists the missile tests must end.
There's nothing like the threat of a ballistic missile landing on your homeland to clarify your thinking.
But North Korea's leader is defiant, vowing to never give up his nuclear program. Today, Secretary of State Tillerson is in Thailand. It's the highest level U.S. visit to that country since a military coup there 3 years ago. In Washington, keeping you connected with NBC 26, I'm Tracy Potts.
And the Trump administration is extending funding to house homeless veterans in King and Union Grove, Wisconsin. Those homes will receive money for another year to give them time to consider overhauling its programs to qualify for more permanent funding. Back in June, state officials were told funding to those facilities would end in September. NBC 26 is your official Packers station. This morning kicks off a sale like no other that every Packers fan will want to check out. Our Emily Byer joins us live in Green Bay with more. Good morning, Emily.
Good morning, Regina. Hello, everyone. If you're running low on green and gold or you're just looking for some Packers great memorabilia, this is where you're going to want to be today. The Packers Hall of Fame Incorporation is holding a tent sale. It will take place here at Stadium View Bar and Grill located on Holmgren Way. The sale will include a variety of items the Hall of Fame has used with its events, including their banquets and golf classic. Some of the items for sale include golf hats, golf shirts, event posters, as well as some art drawings of Hall of Fame inductees. A few special full-size autographed helmets will also be available. Cash and credit card will be accepted for payment. This is a rare opportunity for fans on the hunt for something special.
This is really a one-time only. I wouldn't suspect that we'd be looking to do anything like this in the years to come. Maybe way down the road when we get into a position as we were today. But no, this is a one-up.
The Hall of Fame Incorporation is